Thank you for hitting play on this video. It's Doug Lazy hanging out with Miss International right here. SHAB is in Sacramento. Thank you so much for stopping through.
Thank you so much for having me. You have such a beautiful city. Everyone's been so nice. It's my first time ever here.
I was gonna ask, so what's like the biggest thing that stands out to you now that you're in Sacramento? Like what's like the first thing you saw or like the memory that you're gonna take away from this place? Because you go everywhere.
I think it's really the energy of the people that makes this place so special for me. And yeah.
Well, we're so happy that you could be here with us.
Thank
you have a story that's unlike any artist I've ever seen. Like, we wanted to share this with everybody because this is just, it's phenomenal. You didn't come here through American Idol. You didn't come here because you're dating a record producer. You know, this is like, tell us how you came here, how you came to this moment in life.
So those are really great questions. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm a refugee from Iran. So let me just kind of give you like the elevator pitch, like the 3-minute. So basically, it was a revolution in Iran, and it's like escaping the fundamentalism of where they make it so taboo for women. You know, you have to wear the veil, you have to get covered up. There's no, free speech. There's no equality, and so I think for us, what happens is during the revolution, my dad, he was one of Shah's #1 guy for the petroleum company, and so they burned his workplace down, and he was only 52 years old, and he had a heart attack because he had 13 kids with my mom, and I was the baby. I was 6 months old. So then they kidnapped my brothers, and so then they were doing shooting every other week at our house because then we became instant enemy of the state. And then they froze our accounts, and my father unfortunately passed. He never came home after that from the hospital.
So sorry.
Yeah, and my mom, she just had to raise all the kids by herself. And I always say, we don't know what our parents went through for us to be and to have this life, right?
Right.
So from there, my mom basically sold all her jewelry and everything that we had 8 years later, and we were just like, we gotta get out of here. This is not a place to live.
Right.
It was just so scary, and we didn't know they're gonna snatch one of my sisters because her hijab wasn't right, or they're gonna stone her to death. I mean, it was just horrible.
Right.
So from there, we became refugees to Turkey, and then from Turkey, I was waiting for my paperwork to go to Germany, and my paperwork came, and they accepted me for boarding school. So my life changed, and I was just super grateful to be there. And even though I miss my family, I was 8.5 years old. And then at 14, my paperwork finally came to come to America. And I hadn't seen my mom for 5 years, and the rest of my brothers and sisters, 7, 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and being the baby of 13, I really just missed them a lot. So I was just so excited. I had prayed every day to God, please, like, I miss them. I want to be reunited.
Right.
So paperwork came, got on a flight of Lufthansa at 14, all by myself, with everything I owned in a tiny little suitcase. Everything I own in the world in that tiny little suitcase.
And you didn't know English, and you're coming to America.
I didn't know. I spoke German and Farsi.
Right.
So yeah, I got on a Lufthansa flight by myself and went to the airport, and my green card was basically ready for me. They sent the 2 tallest agents. They were like 6'6", and I was like 4 foot tall. I was so scared. They're like, no, it's okay. Come, let's go get some fingerprints and stuff. Waited for half an hour, literally put my green card in my hand, and I just started crying. They hugged me.
Aww.
And so because I didn't know how to speak English and tell them like thank you. I did say thank you, dankeschön,
Right,
so.
right.
So I got another flight, went to Baltimore, and from Baltimore, my family was there waiting for me, and the tears were rolling out, and I just looked up in the sky. I said, God, thank you. Like, we are so blessed to be in this country. I'm so blessed to be here in America. I love America. I love Americans. I literally like kneel down, kiss the ground. People don't understand.
We love you too, and we're so happy you're here.
Grateful. Thank you so much.
And you putting everything into one suitcase and coming to America is so poignant. That's why, like, you named your album One Suitcase. Yeah. That's what it's called, and it has like all these beautiful songs on it. You're all about female empowerment. Tell us all the things that you're about, like, because your fans just, I mean, they love you.
I love them, and and I always say, if I did it, come from another country to get here, you already here. Like there's great love here for all of us, and helping hands, and so.
Right.
But the album is really about my story as a refugee, and just to come to the Western world to learn how to live. It's like a new life again, to learn how to be a woman. It's about womanhood, freedom, liberty. And so every song that you listen to, there's a meaning to it. So there's 21 songs, and you have to listen to it from the beginning to the end. You can like shuffle it. So yeah.
Gotcha. What's like the number one like weird thing you learned about America when you got here? You were like, Americans do that? That's so weird.
Actually, I mean, I was much smaller too, and I remember driving the roads because Europe is everything smaller,
Yeah.
and everything was bigger.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, I would go to the grocery store to milk. Like, I was like, everything is big here. Like, we would go to restaurants and the plates that would serve us the plates. I'm like, this is huge. So to me, everything was double the size. It was bigger than life. America was bigger than life to me.
I love it.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first thing and I noticed. And everyone was so nice. And
That's perfect. Well, again, we're so happy that you're here. And America doesn't just love you, like you are international, like you have fans all around the world.
Yeah.
How does that feel to go from this scared little girl to this like icon now that people are looking up to? Like you're a role model for a lot of people. How does that feel?
it's an incredible feeling.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it. SHAB is not just me. I have an amazing team behind me that makes me who I am. And I'm so grateful to every single one of them and my family, obviously. But I feel like it's just so nice to have that platform to, if I can touch one life,
Yeah.
that's amazing. You know, I always say, you don't know what someone is going through. Just be nice to them, you know, and because there's so much going on in our world. We have to be so protective of our energy and we have to stay positive. But my main thing is I'm just so excited and so happy that God gave me this platform that I'm able to do something bigger with it and to change lives and add value through music and just bring some extra joy in people's lives and just say, hey, you know what, I did it, you can do it too, and just like help each other to believe and you know, not to be afraid of the unknown and just keep moving forward. As long as you're a good person, you know, you stay humble and you work hard, good things will happen for you.
Look, living proof right here. Tell us about your new song, Lipstick.
So Lipstick kind of like has a retro feel to it. It's like an 80s feel.
Awesome.
And I feel like that's one of the songs where for the first time when I came to the Western world, and I wasn't allowed to date for the longest time, but you know, I was just getting ready in my room and I would go out with my brothers, and it's just like it's such a make good feel song. Like I was like top down, summertime. I used to go to
Awesome.
Georgetown with my convertible BMW, and I would just put like a really good song on. And I always think of Lipstick when I think of that moment. And so yeah, it's such a good feel song.
It's like a mood. It's like a vibe, like
Yes,
a summertime
it's a
vibe.
vibe,
I
yeah.
love that. All right, so I just have some really quick questions just so we can get to know you like super fast here. What's the first job you ever had?
I was a busgirl at my
Busgirl.
family's restaurant.
Awesome. The last show you binged?
On Netflix probably is Riviera.
Oh,
It's so good.
it's a good one. I have to watch that. I haven't seen it. Funniest thing you've ever seen about yourself online, whether it's like a meme or like, you know, like a rumor, a headline.
Oh, that's interesting. It was probably my brother. Maybe he said that like what I was wearing was showing like a little too, like it was showing my bra or something, and I was like, oh God. Like,
Big brothers are always calling out. Yep, they'll always
God
call it
bless.
out. All right, what's the cringiest thing you've ever shared on social media that you hit post and you were like, maybe like a day later, you're like, I probably shouldn't put that up.
Yeah, I was running around with the flag, and then you know the thing like I'm Persian, of course we like kebabs, or I'm Persian, of course. It was I'm goofy. My husband always says he's like, she's not funny, she's goofy, and he's absolutely correct. I am.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
That's a good one. I haven't really done karaoke in a while because I'm so busy
wow.
practicing my own songs.
Right.
But
Right.
I come back to that one.
Okay. What's your dream collab? Who is your dream collab?
I would probably say Miley Cyrus. I always loved how she's so comfortable in her skin, and she's a woman, and she's like I admire that in her so much. And so, and of course, her and Selena Gomez.
Oh, there you go. Miley, Selena. Isn't it? What's the weirdest thing a fan's ever done to meet you?
There was a guy waiting. I was in London. I just had to finish my show, and he came and took pictures with me, and he was just the sweetest guy. And you know, I followed him too on Instagram, and he sent me a photo and of a picture of him and I next to his like bed or something, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I thought it was adorable.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
Like, we've heard some weird ones when I asked that question. Usually, I'm just like, I was like bracing. You were like, I heard picture and bed. And I was like, oh no, where's this going? But okay, it's good. This question tells a lot about people, so I always like to ask this question.
Okay.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeve.
Yeah, something that irks you. You're just like, oh.
I think like stupid. Sorry, can I say stupid people? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, no.
It's not
We have lots of those in America.
No, like I feel like, sometimes I get frustrated. Like bad service frustrates me because
Yeah.
I was such a good server.
Right.
And I'm just like, when you do something in life, and I always say, it doesn't matter if I'm scrubbing the floor, I'm gonna make sure that's the cleanest floor. Doesn't matter. Just be present and do the best job because the universe will reward you and then you just keep going to the next level. And so when I get bad service, it just makes me like, I don't know. I think that's my thing because I've been in the service industry for so long and
Right.
I watch everything and I always tell them when they do a good job, I'm like, hey, this was the best service. Thank you so much.
That's
Because I'm
awesome.
with my kids at home all day, and
Right.
I just want to go out to a nice, evening at dinner with my husband, a date night. And it just feels nice to be served,
Right.
And so when someone is super present and they do a good job, I do appreciate that. So
And I'm sure they appreciate hearing it too, because a lot of people it's probably lost on. They'll do a good job and people are just
Yeah.
like sitting there like, okay,
yeah, it's
next.
nice to
So.
make people feel good about
100%.
themselves.
When they're doing a great job, absolutely. What do you want to tell your number one fans, not just here in Sacramento, but around the world, because you have fans everywhere?
I do. I keep doing you and don't ever stop. Just believe in yourself, believe in your journey, believe in your dream. Don't ever let someone down it and tell you that no, you can't do it. Because I would say as long as you have God behind you, you pray, you're a good person, you work hard at your craft, you'll just get better, and that's it. And I love you and thank you for your love and support. And we have some really amazing things in store for you guys. And just come on this journey with me and I'll show you.
I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Album is called One Suitcase. The song is called Lipstick. SHAB, thank you for coming to Sacramento.
Thank you so much. Thank
Absolutely.
you.